Morning. If you want to come on in for some symbolic support, here is the Inkblot made in spiritual sepia if you want to take a screenshot so you can scry on your own time and terms. And let's empathically explore for any shapes or symbols that stand out and may speak to your psyche and psychic senses. Thank you for holding space for me to share my insights, as always, and I'm going to dig in here. Okay, there's some sort of protection going on in regards to some sort of metamorphosis is very specifically the word that's coming through for me. I'm still not sure if this is just a general message or if there's a spirit stepping forward. So it looks like to me, see like right in here, there's a person. I don't know if they're controlling this beast, but it's protecting what I'm seeing as the metamorphosis here. And there's something connected in. You see that? Like it's connected in. Okay, so this may be a message in the realm of extraterrestrial, if you resonate with that. Okay, star seeds, celestially, cosmic. Something about like landmass and hooks, like you would like hang your coat on, or maybe they're very decorative. They're very decorative. It's almost like as if the soul maneuvering the beast, but there's a guardian behind it. Now, whether that's like soul in self, but the beast isn't in the traditional sense of the word beast. Maybe it's just being dense in a meat suit, heavier in the existence of earthly realm. But then there's like some sort of metamorphosis, and not only is it a butterfly, but it's also like a crab. Yes. And this butterfly is sucking things in. It's like vacuuming. It's nurturing something. And then there's like underground here, there is underground is what I'm sensing is like the key word there. Now, I am guessing this is as it's, and I don't mean like actually guessing, but I'm tuning into that this is like an ESP Sunday kind of Inkblot and reading for those empaths, seers, and psychonauts that are exploring while incarnate and aware of a metamorphosis going on. There's also, I believe it's a beluga or a manatee, some sort of sea creature that's big, and how I'm perceiving it is calm. It's very calm. And then I'm also seeing one of those, I don't know what they're called, jellyfish in the shape of like a mushroom. And it has almost like a baby or a babe, but it's a human baby. Okay, so it's bringing me back into the extraterrestrial celestial land. There's like a little, you know, the little pig from Winnie the Pooh, Piglet. Piglet is with this mushroom thingy with the babe. They're playing. So I feel like maybe you are the starseed baby, or you feel hybridy like born here to do something. That really stands out. I'm gonna add on some subconscious cards from the EC deck while I'm here, because this is where we're at. I'm feeling, fellow ESPers, maybe you're tuning into that there's something going on. I want to say, no, it has to come out the way, metaphorically speaking, this metamorphosis. What's going on in the subcon realm for fellow empaths, seers, and psychonauts? Thank you. What's a question we can contemplate? Have you ever severed the connection of a relationship? And do you want or need closure? Okay. Ooh. So this is where I'm at. It's in regards to a connection. And maybe something is being reborn in your connection to celestial family, familia, to your guides, to your guardianship, to this metaphorical metamorphosis. And maybe if it was severed long ago, like at a different time in your life, or I want to go wander into the realm of faith. But then very clearly I heard, that's fine. That's one line of the frequency, but it's not big enough. Those who know, because there's so many fine hair frequencies for each who understand what I'm saying without saying anything. And I want to note that thank you for the, actually we're going over there. This metaphorical metamorphosis is symbolic. I'm seeing Bambi as well. Bambi, there's something about a gentleness, maybe to maintain or apply. It comes back to that severed connection of a relationship. And do you want or need closure? Perhaps in its blatant form of that question, it serves you, right? Whether it's a relationship or a practice or something along that lines. Other rabbit hole, if you once did sever it or felt it was close because you had to survive, it's like the time of thrival is coming forward, metaphorically speaking, metamorphosis speaking. I don't know why it's coming out so oddly. And you don't need closure. You are stepping into the connection from here and now. Even if that means in some spaces you need to, like the mushroom squiddy thing with the babe and piglet, it's humbling to kind of come back and say, you know what, I want to step forward to my connection to the cosmos, to my guides, to other planetary beings, to my familia of frequency. They are happy about it regardless of how we humanly apply it in some sort of measurement to hurt, hinder, help, humbleize our ego. But there's compassion there. And I feel like that's where the gentleness is coming in of the Bambi, and it's like in a mobile. They remember. And you meet in the subcon realm. Like you still meet there. It's underground. It's very clearly underground. Now I don't know if that is, again, just symbolic of it being in the subcon mind or in the subconscious space or in your, what was that? I could say meditative state, but like one of those like delta waves or something along that lines. Softly, softly, the tender touch. Yeah. This Bambi and Piglet, there's a kindness there. They speak to you like really like in light language. One may resonate. Okay, so there's two beings that I'm seeing specifically, and one's tall, but has a long, long neck. And like, I don't know if they like have a bunch of arms or they don't even have arms, and there's some sort of movement. The way they move, and yet they kind of glide like a nun, like across the street, like just. And then there's this other being that's really big, and for lack of a better term, blobby. And when I say blobby, but it's almost like a moving mass. That, like if I was a mountain that was flexible. Yeah, I feel confident with that. They're just bigger. They might even move in water, and that's why I'm seeing the flexibility. Like it might be their primary landscape, or what I am perceiving to understand as water. Because I'm not entirely sure that's what it is. Follow your own rhythm. Okay, so see how she's like moving? That's what that feels like in the other. That mountain that moves. But they kind of work together like they're buds. They're buds. If you resonate in one area or another, and then defend to the end they're worthwhile. And I feel like this is the message if you're resonating in, or a part of the message anyway. When I was up here, right, the beast, the self, and the soul, and this metamorphosis. There's the Bambi down here. Get my hand out of the way. And then the two beings. Crab. Okay, so I kind of lost my train of thought. Defend to the end the worthwhile. This is that protective measure. It's worth it. Oh, there's something so captivating up here. It could be like dragon energy. I want to go into pre-con, if you don't mind. And I'm going to flip it to win it. Like, share, subscribe. Links below to help it out grow. And we'll see what else is going on. So this beluga, whale, or what did I say? Manatee. I'm not trying to remember. I'm just trying to place myself in here. Something about the mindset. Dispelling gently a mindset. Is there a question we can ask ourselves to help contemplate in the pre-conscious? Are you aligned with your core values? Core values and connection aligned. This is like that realignment, that metamorphosis of if a connection was severed, closure perhaps, or reestablishing, and are you aligned with the core values? I can feel something when I say that, because there's so many fine hairs of that. And the question here in the conscious that's just standing up, and I'm noticing it, is who brings out the best in you, and how do they achieve this in the conscious realm of the mind and mindset? And I kind of want to answer the question, like, who brings out the best in you, and how do they achieve this? Do you bring out the best in you? And this card turned over. Look at that connection, that soul connection. These two beings together. You be the one who brings out the best in you is what I'm hearing. Okay, I'm going to flip it to one. Thank you so much for joining me. Sorry if I muffled the mic at all. I do try my best not to get in my own way. I think those are ducks or loons. One's chatty, one's listening, one's quiet. Oh, sorry. Could be that I feel like it's more in the pre-conscious and subconscious realms, if I'm in the psychology land of it. There's an anthill. Yeah, there's an anthill. What is that going on over there? Somebody is creating something over here in a protective space, like almost like seeing like a hobbit of some sort. And ooh, is that eagle wings or vulture wings? And there's some sort of protective measure. Okay, so these wings, whatever they may be, I'm seeing that they're coming in like your hands. And again, it's not like that vacuuming thing, but it's like you can move. It feels like very manifesty in regards to some sort of connection. And you know, that practice is like, gaining energy between your hands. That's what it feels like, but this feels more malleable. Maybe you land in the healing realm or are being healed. There's reindeer on either side. And they're not like passive reindeer either. They're stern in their space. 2 of Wands and the 4 of Swords in the reverse. What's up with these reindeers in the hands? Okay, so see how he has that ball in the hand? It could be the earth. I don't even know if it's in the hand, but that's how I'm seeing it. Yeah, it is in the hand. That, the 2 of Wands, maybe there's a decision in the way you're going about connection, core values, celestial core values, not just earth values, cosmically speaking, in regards to your connection to all that is. It's like there's a choice, and you're going to choose one way at first to try. There's some sort of observing where the majority is going. And you're like, okay, respect that the majority might be going that way. And I feel like that's why you might try, not kind of like off the beaten path, but it's quieter. It feels like a quieter path, if I may. And I do feel like it's in regards to not avoiding but choosing. I don't know how to say that well without sounding douchey. Okay, so it's like the path that is going to take, that you're going to choose, whether it's in the mind or in how you go about your connection. It's quieter so that you don't feel 4 of Swords like. And there's despair when I'm up there, but it was in the reverse, and it was asked to stay in the reverse. It's almost like when I'm looking at this line of people of the majority. I don't even know what planet I'm on. I shouldn't assume it's Earth. And you can feel despair, but there's compassion, and you're observing from this space, from maybe this anthill, or if I'm getting like my perceptions mixed. And you have compassion. It's like on one side, it's like, I have compassion, but I'm gonna go this way, because if it's almost like if I go with the people, I'm not sure that I'll be able to ward off this feeling. But if I take the quieter path, it doesn't mean it's easier. It alleviates this. And you actually help the people, being slightly separate from the totality of the energy versus being among it. Does that make sense? Whew. I apologize if that was like verbal diarrhea. Okay, getting ready to close out here. Thank you for joining me as always. Something about the hands, manifesting choices. All right, thank you. It's a nice quiet moment. I know they always say in like the YouTube land, you're not supposed to, stay entertaining. I can't falsify that. Though I have my days. But I can't falsify the blank spaces, the power and the pause. Okay, so we have spells, alchemy, hydromancy, and incubation. I'm going to take a boo for a moment. The spells, the alchemy, again, is that hand thing. This is that illusionary thing. Choices, choices, choices. The subcon state. It's almost like when maybe you're feeling this, like different choices. I do want to say, like, on one hand, you're both, right? So, like a portion of you or an archetype of you may move with the people, but another aspect or archetype of you is going to choose. So it's almost like you're going to take both, potentially, if that alchemy works for you. But I can't help but feel something looks sunny and it's not. And not because that means it's bad. Simply it's attractive and comes with like batteries not included type thing. That's the illusion. Looks very pretty. And then the dreams, the whole subconscious realm. I can't help but say, like, it really feels like you are working deeply, seriously on your connection to your celestial core values, cosmic core values, your interconnected core values. And others, including yourself, that you may connect with. It's like when a part of you or your mind wanders down that path, maybe you go into meditation, whatever the case may be, or hypnosis or something like that, contemplation, and you meet other people on this path. Less people than the majority, but it's like everybody has a key to help bring out the best. Feels fantastic. There's a guardian who watches over you while you sleep. And you may have a lot of communications that come in your sleep state. Yeah. And like healing happens that's in sleep, or in the subcon realm. If you wander into different waves of consciousness, healing happens there. Okay. I'm going to see if anything else stands out. There's somebody fishing, which is interesting because they too are of a fish. So it's just curious. I don't know if they're fishing other creatures. Again, I feel like I'm all over in the planetary world. They have like a hat on, fishing rod. And at the same time, interestingly enough, there's like a funnel that is like how the person, for simplicity's sake, is fishing. And then somebody else is, I say somebody else, but of course we're symbolically. So here's the person and they're fishing, boop, and then somebody else has caught them in like the bottom of their hair. And up here, you see what I'm saying? And then these are talking. Hilarious. It feels funny. And there's like that spaceshipy thing. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you have resonated or wandered with me through the story today for ESB Sunday. Thank you so much. I'm always honored. Sorry, I get really distracted. And for abstractly exploring, empathically exploring. And until next time, thank you so much.